One man will become many. We are not alone out here.
Listen to my story.
No need to panic. Funny,
Have you ever heard Spider-Man?
We get it, blah, blah, blah.
Get ready for an adventure unlike any you've ever seen
What is that?
or heard.
My delicate ears can't take it no more!
Prepare yourself for laughter, tears, and moments of neither. Get set for the voice who end all voices. The master of mouth, the king of characterization, prince of pronunciation, the infinite impersonator, the architect of audible, the noun of nouns. The one, the only. Is anybody buying this yet? Ladies and gentlemen, the bed of the bed. Please help me welcome to the stage every voice you've heard and will hear, including this one.
My name is James Arnold Taylor, and I'm a voice actor. So, what is a voice actor? Well, basically, someone spends their time in a little padded room talking to themselves. You know, we're also a crucial part of your day-to-day life. You hear us all the time, and if we do our jobs right, you never know we exist. But how did voice acting begin? Well, it was a long time ago in a studio far, far away. But actually, let me put it to you this way.
Voiceover. Since the dawn of time, man used his voice to entertain. Which didn't always go over well. The first great leap in communicating and entertaining to the masses was the invention of
Radio! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. WJNT Radio brings you all the entertainment that's fit to voice. Yes, radio is comedy.
We have who's on first, what's on second, and who's on third.
So who's playing first?
Yes.
I mean the fella's name.
Who?
The fella playing first base.
Who is on first?
Well, what are you asking me for? Drama.
I love you, Marco.
And I love you, child. What?
There's something else, isn't there?
No, child.
No. Then why don't you tell me who this is? Hello, Margot.
Sports. The champ is looking to be in bad shape. He's got him on the ropes. He's giving him a left and a right and a left and a right and another left and another right. Music. Baby, I'm sweet can be. Like children from a catnip tree. Honey kisses from the bottom.
News. Declared Europe, 1945. The German High Command surrendered their forces to the Allies. Hitler's minions have given up the fight.
And suspense. I'm telling you, whatever you do not open that door.
But I must see.
Trust me, nothing can prepare you for what is on the other side.
But I must. Hello, Margot. But radio was only the beginning. Voiceover is used in everything from
Critics are calling it so-so. Not what fish use best.
From the director of a big movie that did really well, and the producers of a movie that did really well, comes
A story that will touch your heart and make you believe your darkest fears will come true.
to television. Tonight's presentation is brought to you in living color.
Butter.
Got milk.
Oh, yeah! We are experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
To phone services.
If you'd like to make a call, please hang up and dial again.
What kind of movie would you like to see? Computers. You've got mail. Even video games.
See ya!
Announcers have come in all shapes, sizes, and styles. It's Wrestle Mayhem! This is your nightly news. Here's Johnny!
Ask your doctor if breathing is right for you.
It's a new car!
Be sure to get your parents' permission before going online.
Why? from New York, it's Saturday night.
Burger, fries, and acid. Leave me alone.
Voiceover. Wherever there are words needing to be read, there will be a voice actor ready to read them from now into the next millennium and beyond.
Now, because of all of that, I decided I would be an entertainer. And by the time I was 4 years old, I wanted to do voices. So I started studying very, very hard by watching a lot of cartoons and reading comic books. You know, I would even draw my own comics and created my own hero. I called him the Sound. He'd use sound waves to create alternate realities for the bad guys, disguising himself as whatever they heard. So, you know, as a kid though, it probably looked and sounded a little more like,
I have control of all the sounds you hear. I fight crime and pursue justice. I am the sound.
yeah, you know, but in my head, it was more like,
necessary, breaking the boundaries of all you hear. Evildoers beware. I will find you. I will bring you to justice. I am the Sound.
well, I'd memorize the characters and the inflections and the tones, and I'd say them right along with them as I watched. Very quiet. I want to have it stop.
What's up, Doc?
I'll tell you what's up. It's rabbit season.
Duck season.
Rabbit season.
Rabbit season.
Duck season. Fire.
Where's the canoe? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering canoe.
Wait till they call a putty cat.
Suffering succotash.
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Wiley Coyote, super genius. Meanwhile, with the Hall of Justice,
Wonder Twin powers, activate!
gosh.
Yeah, I could never actually talk like Donald, but I could sneeze like him. Thank you. But it wasn't just cartoons, no, there were puppets that did great voices.
Oh, hey, Bert.
Okay, now some of these puppets sounded a lot like other puppets.
Oh, hello, Bert.
It didn't matter, they were awesome, right? Oh, and by the way, Kermit singing Rainbow Connection could pretty much bring the biggest bully on the playground to tears and save me from his wrath. Why are there so many songs about rainbows? And what's on the other side?
It's so true.
So it was good for me to learn voices, okay? So remember that, okay? And I've got to tell you, this was, before the internet and YouTube and DVDs and DVRs, and it kept me from getting picked on, even though I was always the smallest kid in my class. But basically, to my friends, I was T-Bone.
You're traveling to another dimension. A dimension not only of second sound, but like. Oh, my God, I can't hold it. Break it up, break it up. Steve Walton, astronaut, a man barely alive. Gentlemen, we can't rebuild it.
Did you do that? No. I thought you said your dog isn't bad. That's not my dog. Pod Bay doors howl.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Get us out of here.
I'm sorry, Michael. I'm afraid I can't do that.
Fall. James Fall. Snakes. What are these snakes?
E.T. Oh. Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you can miss it.
Your powers are weak, man.
You can't win it off. If you strike me down, I will become more powerful than you can possibly imagine. Oh, wait a second, Doc. Okay, are you telling me that you built a time machine? Like a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're gonna build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Besides, the stainless steel construction made the fluxes worse than absolute. Look out!
Whoa, this is heavy. And one time they asked me to make a trailer for Jurassic Park 2, which was about to come out. They wanted the sound of a giant T-Rex stomping up and letting out a thunderous howl, but they had none of the sounds from the movie yet. So they needed me to do it. So I used what I had. My voice, and a multi-track unit, and, well, my lunch. Okay, let me explain. With multi-track recording, you have different layers, and you can build up different layers for different sounds and make it all sound very cool. So with a bag of chips, and my voice, and my little cup, I made the sound of a T-Rex. I took this and it had the crunching of the footsteps added with, right? Then I put my voice through a vocal processor, took my cup, and I created So, a lot of fun. Being a voice actor is one of the coolest jobs in the world. It really is fun, and I love doing it. I love creating different sounds and things. But one thing I never would have imagined as a kid doing voices would be voicing video games. Well, because, see, when I was a kid, video games looked like, not a lot to voice in those. I don't want you to like, yeah, not really exciting. But nowadays, video games are pretty exciting, wouldn't you say? I think they're pretty cool. And there's a lot to them, and I've been very fortunate to be the voice of some very cool characters like Ratchet from Ratchet and Clank, Tidus from Final Fantasy X, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, Great Scott, young Doc Brown,
Captain Jack Sparrow,
Willy Wonka,
Prince Charming,
Gingerbread Man,
The voice of millions.
and Fallen Transformers.
I love doing video games. They're a lot of fun, but they're very strenuous on your voice. And I do a lot of my work from my home studio, which is great because I get to work in my pajamas. So, but the other thing about it is, in my little padded room, is you have to run around a lot though when you're a voice actor, especially when you're first starting out. Because we're heard but not seen, we can be many different people in many different places throughout a single day. So a day in the life of a voice actor, I could start by driving out to Burbank to be the voice of one of my favorite reoccurring characters, the Strawberry Minions. Hey guys, a little family reunion. Then drive way over the hill to Santa Monica to audition for the roles of Guy 1, Guy 2, and Guy 3. Oh, and an announcer that shouldn't sound like an announcer. And Guy 1 should have the same total qualities of Guy 3. Not the same as Guy 2, but Guy 2 should have a similar read as Guy 1, but not the same as Guy 3. Then I'm over to Studio City to re-record some new dialogue for a show that I did 6 months earlier, now that it's animated. This is known as ADR, or Additional Dialogue Replacement.
Thanks, Doc. I'm ready to get back to playtime.
And then I'm over to my home studio, where I patch in on the ISDN line for a quick promo for Fox.
Animation Dominations all new Sunday, 7, 6 Central on Fox.
Okay, you see, an ISDN line is a phone patch that allows me to patch into any studio, anywhere in the world, and so like I'm right there with them. The only problem is there's a delay in your voice when you talk. So, everything you say, has a delay. You know, it's like when you watch the news and the reporter is via satellite. There's those awkward pauses as you wait for the words to reach the reporter. And how this could be breaking news, a reporter with urgent information, but once they ask this guy a question,
It still takes him a couple of seconds to respond.
so it does take a little getting used to. Then I've got to yabba dabba do it over to Hollywood for a commercial featuring everybody's favorite caveman.
Huh? Bonnie, my pebbles!
And back in the car, over to Century City to do a tag, also known as. That voice that comes on at the end of the commercial that says so much stuff you can never understand because it's talking so fast. Offer expires on November 30th. See store for details. Batteries not included. Extra features. September 27th. Required by the FCC. Remember to use only as directed. Then I fight LA traffic to make my way home to start all over again the next day. It's all in a day's work for a voice actor.
Look, it's Kenobi.
What? No, it's...
Mr. Obi-Wan, look out!
Free Jedi scum.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Now, if you're doing an animated feature film, you're all alone in the studio with just the director giving you lines to react to.
Scene 4, take 9. Please, don't leave me. You mean everything to me.
And you mean everything to me. I love you.
Oh, and I love you too. And cut.
Okay, yeah, you know you may never even meet your co-stars. As a voice actor, I've worked with some of Hollywood's biggest names, but I gotta tell you, rarely are we in a room together, or do we even meet. Oh, if you're doing a radio commercial, though, you're usually in the studio with the other actors.
Hey, Bob, what's wrong?
Oh, it's this headache.
Well, here, try this.
Use only as directed.
Thanks. Okay, well, if you're doing a narration, you're alone. A promo or a trailer, you're alone. A video game, alone again. Naturally. Now, you also have to know your tools, the microphone and the headphones. See, you can't get into the studio and be startled by the sound of your own voice in the headphones.
That's me? I sound so high-pitched.
Okay, this happens to us a lot. We hear ourselves and we go, wow. Generally, we all hear ourselves bigger, deeper, with more bass than everybody else is hearing us because we hear ourselves through our own heads and not just our ears.
Hey, baby. Yeah, that's more like it.
So you can't be surprised when you hear yourself and then move away from the microphone and not be so loud. Oh, and speaking of loud, you can't wear loud clothing, like a finely starched shirt, a leather jacket, or pants, jingly jewelry, or worst of all, squeaky shoes. Yeah, you don't want a smacky mouth or plosive P's, T's, or B's, or sibilant S's. S. And when you say words that start with those letters, slightly turn your head away from the microphone. Or you can hold a pencil in front of your mouth, which you can also use as a sound effect for chattering teeth. Which is appropriate because most studios are freezing. Look, just don't be too close to the mic, but also not too far. If you're gonna yell, slightly move away. If you're gonna whisper, you lean in a little. You just have to know and enjoy the dance with your partner, the microphone. But I also get to be a lot of other very cool characters on the show, and a recording session for Johnny Test might look, actually better yet, sound like this.
Imagine a voiceover that can actually turn a boring old day into an exciting movie. Stand back, citizens, for this looks like a job for Johnny X.
Johnny X, Darth Vader will destroy you.
Man, is it hard to breathe with this thing on.
And you'll need some help from me, Mr. Mickey's.
And me, the beekeeper.
Help!
Fort Billy is under attack by bad guys. But who are these super evil villains and where in the world is Johnny X to save us? More on that after a word from our sponsor. I got beef. Try my piles of honeymoon.
So are you guys gonna take over the universe or the world or something?
Don't know yet. We're kicking around some ideas.
Ooh, I like Johnny's suggestion of taking over the world. Anyone else taking over the world? You know, on second thought, let's just leave all the voice acting to James Arnold Taylor, huh?
So Johnny's great, but there is a Jedi that we can't forget because he's very...
Yes, James, I'm here. It's about time you mentioned me.
Oh, sorry, everyone. Actually, I was talking about Plo Koon.
What? You voice master Plo Koon as well?
That's right, Obi-Wan. With me, we'll get 2 Jedis for the price of 1.
Oh dear. I have a bad feeling about this.
You know, I have been very privileged over the last 11 years to provide the voice for Obi-Wan Kenobi and the last 7 for Clone Wars, and it's been a great honor to be Obi-Wan and Plo Koon on the show. I love it. But the cool thing about being a voice actor is when you get called in to do one voice, generally you have to do at least 2 others in a show. And on the show, The Clone Wars, I've got asked to do many other different little characters, incidentals and stuff that I love doing because you get to come up with fun things. And in the clip you're about to see, every voice you hear is me. And if I've done my job right, hopefully you never noticed. Enjoy.
What's your pleasure? Can I help you? May I help you?
They're going to release us and hunt us down for sport.
Try and keep up, clone. This one was faster than most. I've lost the scent.
Help us with our eyes soon. The entire Atomic garrison will be wiped out. Time for the Jedi to meet with his fatal accident.
I guess things could be worse. Though I'm not sure how.
Back into interrogation. Torture them slowly.
The Assembly has decided that the actions of Chairman Cho are out of order.
You're looking a little too young to be a Jedi.
1,000 apologies, young one.
What are you reaching for? Stand up! You can take us home, Jedi. Would you like to try and prove your theory? I'm celebrating the death of a Jedi.
I have a bad feeling about this.
May the Force be with you.
Thank you. What a fantastic show Clone Wars was. Yes, so you enjoy Clone Wars, everybody here? Yeah? Don't worry, I have a feeling there'll be more Clone Wars on the way. Yes, and of course we have Star Wars Rebels as well. Maybe Obi-Wan will show up. Who knows? Never know. I have no idea. I'll tell you that right now. But I'm excited to watch it. And I have been very excited to be the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi for all these years, as I mentioned. I was in my best to combine a little Ewan McGregor and a little Alec Guinness and well, when I first started, though, I was asked to match Ewan McGregor's voice as closely as possible because the Revenge of the Sith video game was being made at the same time as the film, and that was one of the first things I was asked to do. So I remember recreating a scene for the game that was from the film that I'm told is what really locked me in as his voice demo for the folks at Lucas, and it's my favorite scene. You are the chosen one! It was said that you would destroy the Sith, not join them! Bring balance to the Force, not leave it in darkness! You are my brother, Anakin. I loved you. Hard to find a cooler actor than Ewan McGregor. Pretty darn cool, I gotta tell you. And I've had the pleasure of being able to double a lot of really neat, fantastic celebrities through the years. And through all of that, I've thought, well, okay, it's fun to be Obi-Wan Kenobi, but sometimes I like to mess with Obi-Wan a little too. Like I think about like other people doing Obi-Wan Kenobi's voice, and well, for example, okay, Christopher Walken, for example. He might, well, hello, little man. This lightsaber I got right here was your father's. I looked at it, this was your birthright. He was never going to let the Emperor get his slimy hands on his boy's birthright, so he hid it in the one place he knew he'd hide something. It was our 2 years. Okay, maybe not. Sorry. Oh, James? All right. Well, it is fun to be all these different voices, and I've had the pleasure of voicing for Johnny Depp a lot of times, but I actually had a really cool thing where I got to work with him a few months back on the Legend of Jack Sparrow, which is right here at Hollywood Studios. Anybody been to the Legend of Jack Sparrow? I got to spend all day with Johnny Depp dressed up as Jack Sparrow, and I was on a 20-foot scaffold, and I was doing the voice of the skull. So,
every time you hear the skull talk, it's actually me.
Which is a lot of fun. So, it was really a pleasure. But all this work doubling all these different people and taking apart voices and putting them back together, I found that all voices are basically tones. And you can get from one tone to the next tone by depth or giving a little texture, raising up the pitch or throwing in an accent, you know. Well, okay, let me give you an example. Let's just start with my regular voice. Okay, well, somewhere around here. Okay, so anyways, if we start right around here, we'll find that there are a lot of celebrities and characters' voices that are very similar to my voice. One that I love to do is Michael Emerson from the TV show Lost. You remember? He played Benjamin Linus. He had such a way of talking that everything he said sounded a little creepy and just a little off. Now, if you take the creep factor out, make it a little more folksy and friendly, you get Ron Howard. Lose the folk and give it some soul, and now it's Justin Timberlake. It's becoming like a social network of voices. Use some wizardry in a British accent, you get Daniel Radcliffe. Lay it back, give it a twang, and get yourself out in the car. Who if you further hover, it becomes Heath Ledger's Joker, and he completes me. Shifting over just a little, you get Christian Slater, who of course, if you drop down in tone, is Jack Nicholson. You raise it back up and seem less interesting, you get David Spade, and you are...
Oh, I'm McLovin. I totally sound just like, oh, wait a second, Doc, it's me again. Wow, right, so let's drop it down a tone, and you get Shia LaBeouf. Oh, wait a second, you mean to tell me that my car is a robot? Oh, I gotta tell you, this is like, unbelievable. I gotta tell Sandy, you know. Because it's crazy, the way these voices intertwine. And the way I break up my sentence structure is not that dissimilar to a smarter than the average man. Hey, Robbie boy. Hey, Fred, you know there, Sammy. To properly connect the voices there, you just gotta shake it, burn it, Come get it. You talking to me? Huh? You talking to me? Come get it. Well, for courage, you, I'm sorry. It's just, I love you, Spartacus. And I love you too.
Wait a minute, dum-dum, you sound like me.
All right, nobody panic.
Panic's my middle name. You and me both.
Okie dokie. I'm gonna tell Mr. Ranger he's gonna have to come fool. Oh yeah, the cans of spinach. Well, blow me down and
Hoo-ha, okay? You ever notice how Chino slowly turning into Jim Ignatowski from Taxi? Okay. I mean, great Scott! There's a direct correlation between voices. This is temporal experiment number 1. If you take Dr. Emmett Brown and teach him karate, you get Hong Kong Fu. Number 1 super guy. Give him a British accent and you get John Hurt. Take away the accent, make it even more controlled in there, and you might find Alec Baldwin hiding inside. Take him down to a lower place as Christian Bale is Batman. Drop him down to almost whisper with Jack Palance. Actually, I think it's Eastwood Punk. Well, go ahead, make my voice.
Depends on your definition of the voice. When you get my software track, you get Nicolas Cage. Oh, I seem to start a sentence down here, but by the end,
He's really on his way up here. You know, he's kind of crazy like Frank Caliendo doing John Madden.
Or Dana Carvey doing Regis Philbin. He's out of control. Not gonna do Dana Carvey doing George Bush Senior. Not gonna do Dana Carvey doing Johnny Carson. Of course, if I want to do the real Johnny Carson, I've got to rub my voice down and tone right about there. I know. All right. Or is it? Yeah, it's right. It's not Johnny Carson. I've never shown it him. There's sometimes a pirate, and other times no. He's a chocolatier. Oh yes, this is making me myself in the Hatter House.
Oh, that's funny with the matter in the hatter.
Oh, funny how? Funny like a clown, like I'm here to amuse you, huh? Because I'm not a clown. I'm a chicken hawk, and you're my chicken.
No, boy. I say you got it all wrong, son. I'm not a chicken. I'm the therapist, boy. What you need is a checkup from the neck up. Because it's to be true that life is like a box of chocolates. I want to do that's how it starts. And then they're running and screaming.
It's very bad. It's like me in a relationship, you know. Or me playing you in a relationship. Oh, sweet. Either way, it's a no-win situation. I'm Albert Brooks. And I'm Jay Baruchel. Trying to train my dragon. What's the difference in our voices? Let's move sideways, and you get Paul T. Money. Or is it Paul Risey? You know what I'm saying? But the real question really is, who are these people? So it's like, hey, school, all these crazy voices like blend together.
because I gotta tell you, I get no respect at all. Oh, yeah, but I think it'd be great. Yes, who? Yeah, but damn, but Oh, let's say this whole thing and make me like mental. Oh, hey, not another gentleman. Oh, all right. Spot, Scully, Judy, Judy.
Get me off this crazy thing!
Lady with a thing in the flame in your eye.
Heavens to Murgatroyd! Exit stage all left, Stephen!
Yeah.